I'll do a hood story right quick, and then I gotta get out of here. Because a lot of people have asked me to do one. This will be about Ace and Deuce. It's Ace and Deuce because we're changing the names of the people, for obvious reasons. Now, what is this doing even on the screen? I don't know. Some wackiness going on with the phone. But anyhow, 74th and Vernon, stand up. I stayed at 74th and Vernon for about 2 years. Not really, drive back and forth. My mom stayed over there for a minute. And let me see. When did she move to Vernon? 'Cause I think she was over there for a while. But I only stayed there for... Yeah, she stayed there like 2 years. And then I stayed there for like my junior year. I got in trouble for something stupid in school. But that's another hood story that's coming down the road. Anyway, 74th and Vernon. Money earning Vernon. It's two guys I met over there. From staying over there going to school. We just said Ace and Deuce, because we ain't using real names here. Ace and Deuce was my age. Deuce, I think, was a little older. Went to school with us up there at Harlan, and next thing you know, he's, doing the little odd things in the side, hustling with the dudes on the block. And what they did at this time, a lot of people think like, oh man, they was moving coke and all this stuff and blow, and this is the 90s. And in the 90s, it wasn't too many of these guys on the street. Not no little guys, not little kids. These guys were 17, 16 years of age, moving stuff around probably back then. So at this time, they were starting small time. They started off with car radios. Car radios and sounds was the thing back then. If you can get somebody sounds, you could make some money. And so they had it mapped out. They'll be like, okay, here's what we gonna do. From this area here, we'll go to the transit stops where people go to work. We'll hit like 5, 6 radios out of here, then we won't come back for 2 months. And then we'll come here, we'll take 5, 6 radios over here at this movie theater one day, and we won't come back for another 2, 3 months. Or here we can get like 8 radios at this fair, but we know we can't come back here for a while. And then they'll rotate and just hit random spots and take radios. Throughout a week, they would clear about at least 15 plus radios, of good quality stuff, which would net them a pretty good amount of money. They'll make like probably $600 a piece, if not more, a week. So it's like having a job when you don't have a job. So they're like, this is fun. So they got brand new Jordans, the new Barclays, they got the Patrick Ewings, they got all the new stuff coming out, and all their money is wasted because they kids. They waste money. They ain't taught to save. They buy clothes. They like, yo, what's up? So when they was on the bus with us, they was like, man, what's up, man? We gonna cut you in, man, because, you like one of us now. You over here on 74th, and forget all them broke dudes in Grove Heights. You need to come mess with us on 74th. We gonna go to Izola's, get something to eat. Anybody know about Izola's? Y'all know what's up. 24 hours, good food. You could be out all night, go to Izola's, and, you can eat. Real good for cheap too. Good food. So we was over there kicking and hanging out late at night. I was on, back then, you rode the bus. Riding the bus is nothing. Be like, I'm on the bus, boom, take a couple buses. We had picked up one chick over there, and then here come Deuce. I'm like, Deuce, what's up? What you doing over here? He was, oh man, I'm cousin, family stay around the corner. Yeah, man, I got this whip. I'm like, dude, you drive? He was, yeah, I do now. Dude lost this to me in a bet. Then he's like, man, I'm going to give you a ride back to the block. If you need, I'm like, yeah, cool. I get in the car, we ride, and I look, and then I can see where, like, he got a screwdriver jam. And I'm like, what's wrong with the car? He's like, oh, it's broke. I'm like, man, this dude done stole a car. Let me just get to the house and I'm out of here, man, because I can't be hanging out. I'm like, oh, good looking dudes, man. Yeah, man, hit me up, man. Shoot, we can go rolling. So next thing you know, that car was gone. Deuce is gone. I'm like, I saw Ace. He's like, yeah, Deuce got locked up, man. Yeah, he's riding in a stolen car. Yeah, Deuce sold him a stolen car he wanted to in a bet. And all that, but don't even worry about that. We coming back. Don't worry about what we doing. So I'm like, y'all still doing the car radio thing? He's like, yeah, man, want to cut you in. I'm like, nah, man, I don't think about stealing people car radios and stuff like that. That's just not my style. It's not my thing. So one of my buddies from Grove Heights came through and he got sounds. He wanted to show him off and show off his whip. He came on the block. Yeah, man, what's up? We don't see you in the hood that much. I'm like, I'm there every day. Then I come back home out here on 74, but I'm in Grove Heights every day back then. Well, yeah, man. But yeah, this is my new toy, man. Look, I got them 2 10s in the back. Look. Boom. AMG. Beat my and my money. Yeah, listen to that. See that vertical high joyride? So he just knocking AMG and everything. Everybody just standing around. And then Ace is looking like, it's a nice car. Needless to say, that car came up mysteriously missing in Grove Heights. I had nothing to do with it. But because I know Ace, it's a matter of conflict now, because they assumed already that's your boy. You from Grove Heights and you let this happen. I'm like, I ain't let this happen. I ain't know dude was gonna pull up. I didn't know they was gonna go to Grove Heights. They know where it is. It's not like it's hidden on a map somewhere and they need a treasure map. Where's Grove Heights? They know where Grove Heights is. They went over there and did what they do. So I mean, you want me to tell you where they live? No, because I don't know. I never been in their house. But he know where they at. If he wanted to get them, get them. That's your thing. I know them on the bus when we going to school, and that's it. And y'all know them from school, too. We go to the same school. So, at the school, they get confronted. You see the gold and black, all the brothers roll up on them. Like, Grove Heights is in the house, D. They came in the gym, and then they had Ace around. And Ace is like, so what's up? Man, I knew you bees was going to come up here and try to pull something. So you know what? I had already made that call. I was waiting for y'all. I saw y'all early and y'all ain't make no move. Y'all want to say, you want to jump me? Y'all think because I took that boy's stuff? Yeah, I took it. Now what? Y'all want to get it back? Come on. Y'all want to get it back? Man, he had like 10 dudes that just came out the joint up in there. They didn't even go to the school. They was up in there like, yeah, I know your uncle, punk. So Grove Heights, we bagged down. We talked. It wasn't like a whole bag down thing. Grove Heights, made they stand, said what they had to say. Like, look, you're going to have to make good with that because you took from somebody who we knew that's family. So it's only right that you do that. If not, we're going to have situations here every day. And I'm saying we trying to keep the peace up here. School is a neutral ground. You know what I'm saying? But if you want conflict out of here, 74th can have it with Grove Heights if they want it. So they was like, look, we doing this as a courtesy. Don't think we scared because you done brought these prison dudes up here. So we talked a very good game. Even though we was outnumbered, these dudes was fresh out the joint like, man, let me stick them. Let me get one of them. I'm like, look, this man ready to jump off. I don't think that would be a wise idea. So when we was back on 74th, they saw me, and the dude was like, man, look, I know you ain't got nothing to do with that, because you don't get involved in that stuff, man. But he was like, Deuce is hot. And he heard about that situation. He gonna be home next week. So Deuce is home next week. And why Deuce is locked up, Deuce got a whole new connect. He was like, man, forget robbing cars, forget radios and all that. We got weed. So weed was the biggest thing. We got this stuff called a chronic. Dr. Dre got this thing called a chronic. And man, we are part of it. We are it. Let me ride all that chronic. He get it straight from Cali. The sticky green. So everybody smoking the chronic. They had the entire, even Grove Heights. Hey man, this some good weed. They ain't got that brown stuff. They got that sticky green, baby. That's that Cali weed. That's the chronic. So they were the chronic kings of the entire South Side area. They had the Cali weed because Deuce met the guy that was the contact that was out there, and he had the lit. So he would go pick it up. You know, they got something called the trains. The train system they had back then was epic. Because now, using the trains, you can go ahead and get all the stuff you needed, ran right through the railing system. Had a little less security there. 9/11 ain't happened yet. So, chick used to bring it off the train, they unload it, boom, 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 make their money. Now, he got a 95 E320 convertible with the all black with the gray on the sides, and he's 18 years of age. You think that's gonna draw a lot of attention? Yeah, you got a 95 320 convertible with rims. That's like at that time that was a $50,000-$60,000 car, easy. Working men didn't have that car. And you 18 finna be 19 with a car like that? Riding around, hat down. Yo, what's up? What's up, Ma? You riding up to the schools? So he was putting other drug dealers, other weed dealers out of business. They got a cop through him now because he's got the top product. So Deuce is out, Ace is out, they both running it, and one guy said, I'ma kill them because they in my way of progress. They want me to buy from them. Them little young whippersnappers are way younger than me, and they put my young soldiers out of business. I'm losing my young soldiers to them. They want to go work for him. It's going to be cheaper to kill them. So, unfortunately, this is the way the hood works. So, they had yeah, we're going to work it out. We're going to set it up. We're going to buy it. So, they go to Princeton Park. And that was the meeting ground over there on Lafayette. And sure enough, before they got there, you know, Ace rode up in the convertible. He had a couple of soldiers with him, but he was coming to meet one of his homies, and he called him, and dude ain't answering the phone. And he was like, man, dude ain't answer the phone, and he keeps asking me like, yo, call me every 2 minutes, like, yo, where we at? And back then, they got the car phone, you know, the one pull out. So, he like, man, he ain't hit me up yet. What's up? So, he keep calling on the phone. So, as soon as he pulled up, they had dude on the roof. Boop, 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 boop. Shoot at Ace. So while he's shooting at Ace, Ace is shot up. He drive off. Woof. Hit it. Bleeding. And then they was like, man, we don't know if he gonna live through the night. You know. Deuce came up, put all that money on the table. He said, Doc, my boy gonna live, and if he don't live, you better make sure he live. I got enough money to make sure he live. You take care of my boy. So now Deuce is in a rage. Deuce News did the setup. Everybody gotta lay down. It was the biggest war ever. 74th Street has never been the same since. Because not only did Deuce take that as a insult, that was his right hand man. You didn't hit Ace. Now you're in trouble. Deuce was like basically the enforcer anyway. So Deuce was like, okay, all right. Now I'm finna just go over there with a wrecking ball crew, and we're gonna be walking up on people, blasting them and robbing them over there in their area. So they were just walking through, boom, shooting people over there randomly, on foot. Crazy. In somebody else's neighborhood, it was retarded. But he wanted to send a message. So that ended up bleeding over into Grove Heights situation to where he started supplying gangs, period. And once he started supplying the gangs, then it went to a whole new realm. Because now he's supplying the gangs, and he wants the gangs to work for him. Like, look, give them dudes hell. Rain down on them every night while my boy is laid up in the hospital. So his boy gets out of the hospital, and they put him, like, they was finna arrest him for something. I don't know what it was, but it was doing an investigation. They got him handcuffed to the railing, and he was like, man, all he did was get shot. And they got him handcuffed to the railing while he trying to get better. So he was paralyzed for a while. Like, he had temporary paralysis of his legs, and while he's in the hospital, people are gang banging because he's like a prisoner in the hospital. So they got other people who have been shot, paralyzed, and it's people, they could barely walk. They got their hospital beds, and they still gang banging in the hospital. And it just spooked him. He was just like, I ain't know people was like, it was this crazy out here. They are gang banging in the hospital. Dude, like, they was like in the hospital's bed, laid down. They pushing their bed, and they turn their head, look over and see somebody else from the opposite gang. They grabbing their thing, trying to turn it and hit their chair. I'm like, what in the world? And he's like, yes, these people was still trying to bang in the hospital. They in wheelchairs, running into each other, like, kick them. Trying to headbutt them, and all they can move their heads. They are still banging in that situation. It is the craziest thing I've ever been told. I was just like, I couldn't even picture something like that. I'm like, do they realize the state that they're in? He's like, to them it don't matter. It's just, they just in it. And he's like, that's changed his life. Ace is like, man, dude, forget all that gang banging and all this drug stuff. Forget it, man. Because he came out and they finally dropped all charges. He wasn't charged for nothing, so he was able to leave. He came home. Deuce had everything on lock. Deuce had him a brand new car. Forget all that whip that got shot and all that. Forget all that. You got new everything. Gave him a crib. Deuce had him straight. And Deuce came up to Chicago State. No, Olive Harvey. My fault. Olive Harvey. He came up to Olive Harvey with Ace. And they both came out with the stonewashed jeans. Stonewashed jeans on. With the Seattle Mariners jackets. Mariners hat. With the Jordans to match it. With like the little stonewashed logo on the side, and they both standing up there like this together. Like, look who's home. And they came up to Olive Harvey, and we was up in there, and that was the last time I saw them together. I was like, what's up, man? Shook his hands. He was, what's up, man? You know, we doing good over here. I'm like, yeah, I see y'all doing really good, man. Y'all got matching whips and everything. But Ace is different. Ace is talking about, man, I'm finna enroll up here. Man, I'm gonna start taking me some classes, and this is what I'm about to do. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm about to get into right here. I can see this is where I need to be, man. I want to get up there and hit them books like you, man. I'm like, all right, well, come on, let's do it, man. We go up there, you know, go ahead and register. I'm like, you graduated, didn't you? He was like, yeah, I got my GED though. He's like, I went and got my GED when I was in jail, so I'm all good. When I was locked down doing my rehabilitation and they finally dropped the case, so I'm good. So he was set. He's starting to come up there. He want to do some classes and all this, and next thing you know, he started finding out a way how to position his money into other things. Like he started getting into real estate. And once he put his money into real estate, he was able to hide money from illegal activities into legal activities till he completely got himself out of the illegal market. And he tried to get Deuce to follow him. He said, Deuce, streets is changing. These gangs out here, they changing on us. You know, these dudes are unifying. We done evolved from weed to coke to crack. We got to get out of this. I don't want no parts of it no more. And he was like, dude, we got soldiers in the streets moving this. We ain't got to do nothing else. Then what happened? Raid. Boom. Raid come down. They had his cousins. They had his cell phone. They had Deuce dead to rights and almost everything because he wanted to be hands-on so much because he missed the action of the streets. So he up in there and want to show his face to be an enforcer. So he got this lawyer from downtown defending his case. Ace was locked up, so they ain't have Ace really attached to nothing. So they want to try to put pressure on Ace to testify on Deuce and all this stuff, which ain't gonna work. So he got his real estate properties. They want to investigate his real estate and how he get into business and this and that. So he got paperwork, lawyers, you know, and he went there, got his associates, knocked that right out the box. You know, Ace is taking his time, building himself up, getting smarter, becoming more of a businessman. So he already had things in place. Deuce just went and paid the biggest criminal lawyer that he could find. And dude was just a straight crook too. Every time you come to court, dude would be like, what you got for me? Cash. I mean, just took cash in hand. All right, I'm going to need a little more next time. I'll let you work on it, though. I'm going to get you a continuance right now until you get the rest of it. I mean, that's how criminal the lawyer was, dude. It was unreal. I'm like, this is how it works? We went to the court case. I'm like, man, this is how it works? You just give them this money like that? I'm like, man. So Deuce is out fighting these cases. They called most of the young people. They stopped a lot of his organization. But Deuce got so much money that he's like, look, after this case, it's like, you take a plea deal. You can do about 3 years and you'll be straight. Then he's like, nah, I'll be messed up if I took them 3 years. Because he's like, they gonna want this, they gonna want me to testify on that, testify on this. Man, I ain't doing that. He was like, I want you to make it where I walk. I'm paying you to walk. I ain't paying you I can do that on my own. I can take a plea on my own. I don't need you for that. No, I want to walk. He was like, all right, let me see what I can do. So he going back, trying to look at the evidence, see what they got. It said, look, you got this guy dead to rights. Okay? Let's say the guy gets sentenced for this. We're going to put you in drug rehabilitation. He's like, what? He's like, look, you're going to plead, take a plea so we can have this done. We're going to put you in drug rehabilitation program. Okay? The program is like about a year. It's a 12-month program or whatever. You're in the drug rehabilitation program. This is your first major offense. We put you in there for drug rehabilitation. You'll be out in less than 6 months. And all of this is done. You don't have to tell on nobody nothing. It was so well concocted that I didn't even know it was legal. And it worked. He was out, in and out 6 months. 6 months he back home after the biggest raid ever. It didn't even matter. They had the drugs. They had all the things they wanted. So he got all this money still. And he was like, didn't know what to do with it. So Ace told him, like, look, man, we're going to get killed out here. These young boys is out here warring every night for this stuff. The streets ain't the same. How many friends we lost in the game? We got to get out. Gotta get out, brother. So they moved. They left 74th and Vernon. And what did they do from 72 guys from 74th and Vernon? They went and became two of the quietest, richest men in Illinois. Not me. But Ace and Deuce right now are in the north and west suburbs, living the high life. Got a big house, wife, kids, dogs, and they're out the game. But they weren't kind of all the way out. They had different type of businesses they owned. Flower garden shops. Most lucrative was the courier system that they had. Limo business, cab service. They had their own cab business, limo business, still doing real estate. You got Ace doing his real estate. And they moved out here to the northwestern burbs, got humongous homes. Humongous. And they're still living their life. But every now and then, they help some of the other people that was coming up along the way that was cool with them back in the day that was still alive. But they knew it was time to get out of the game. And they said to me, like, man, dude, you was right. All those years, you was right, man. We are so lucky to be alive. I'm like, you know why you alive? Because even though y'all didn't believe in praying, somebody prayed for y'all. Somebody prayed for y'all very hard. Y'all mothers, y'all aunties, people you didn't know, they put you in their prayers. And they prayed for y'all because y'all had a lot of things happen to you that can't be explained by single words. Somebody prayed for y'all tonight. And that's why y'all here to be with y'all families and have a family and enjoy the riches. So, give back. Give back advice. Write a book. Do something. And educate these young people. So, don't be surprised if that book is on your shelf already. And you don't even know it. I'm out.